Now I mentioned it before, Tirukurals have been generally used in Indian budgets because at least in the 21st century, there would be at least 10 budgets presented by native Tamil speakers, and they would have tended to use Tirukurals at least in more than half of the budgets that they presented. So this was in the 2013 general budget. Those days we used to have two budgets, railway budget and later the general budget. So this was in the general budget presented by P. Chidambaram, who was the then finance minister. And this is Tirukural number 668 for those who are interested in checking it up. You just type into Google Tirukural 668 and you'll get it. I'll obviously give you the captions here, but some people might not be very comfortable in that. So if you want to have a more stable resource to check, go for Kural number 668 or Tirukural number 668. And obviously this piece of poetry is written by TiruvaLLuvar, who has written all the 1330 Kurals. Very short couplets. Kalangkaadu kanDa vinaikkaN tulangkaadu. Kalangkaadu kanDa vinaikkaN tulangkaadu. Tuukkang kaDindu seyal. It basically has a very simple meaning. It says that once you have decided to do something without any delay and without wavering, immediately do that activity. In HR, we used to have a principle called fail the failures fast. This is basically by a consultant group called KanDa Brothers. They used to say this FFF, triple F as they used to call it. So their logic was, if an employee fails, it's always your responsibility, because an employee can fail only for two reasons. Either because he didn't have the competency and you recruited wrong, or because you didn't manage him right and therefore he's not able to give the desired results. In both the cases, it's the organization, the HR or the manager who has to take the responsibility, because either you can recruit wrong or you can manage poorly. In either of the two cases, once you've decided that it's not working out because of either of the reasons, either you make amends as an organization, as an HR or as a manager, line manager, or you just fire him. And when you want to fire him fast. Don't keep him there for a long period where he will be actually pulling down the other people as well. So that is just one example I gave from HR principles, that fail the failures fast. It's also there for if you decided to probably build a bridge, build a bridge. If you've decided to implement GST, implement GST. I know, of course, it's not as easy, but generally I've found in my life that once you've decided to do something and you go ahead and do it, everything conspires to make that happen. Most of the limitations are in our own mind. We are thinking, can we do this? What will that person say? What will that person say? Tirukural clearly says, Kalangkaadu kanDa vinaikkaN tulangkaadu, tuukkang kaDindu seyal. Kalangkaadu means without getting any confusion. kanDa means the action that you have planned. vinaikkaN. vinaikkaN is about the execution of that action. Tulangkaadu means don't waver, don't hesitate, don't have any confusion about it. Tuukkang kaDindu seyal. Tuukkang kaDindu seyal doesn't mean literally without sleep. Tuukkang kaDindu means without delay. Seyal means act. Basically, once you have planned a course of action, after that, without wavering, without getting confused, go ahead and do it. As the Nike ad says, just do it. It took much longer for TiruvaLLuvar to write the same thing that Nike did in 3 words, but it means the same thing. But here is also saying that once you have thought about it, you have planned it, do it at the earliest. There was a similar Tirukural I had featured earlier. Ennit tuniga karmam tuninda pin ennuvam enbadu ilukku, which basically means that do all your deliberations, all your excogitations, all your thinking. But once you have done that and you decided to go ahead, after that, thinking is not acceptable. As Nasiruddin Shah would say, ye acceptable nahi hai. This is TiruvaLLuvar, Tirukural number 668. Kalangkaadu kanDa vinaikkaN tulangkaadu, tuukkang kaDindu seyal. Beautiful Tirukural.